gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we are.
All right, here's my my sinking stone. 10, Dave, and Cori. These are today's judges on the Fantasy Tournament Game Show, where anything can happen, anyone can win, and you never know who's going to show up next. It's anyone's game. Now this wheel is where everything happens. This is our big tournament bracket, and it spins. When you choose a character, you'll be given 4 choices. If you don't know who they are, don't want to pick them, for whatever reason really, then you can toss them aside and take a mulligan. You'll get 3 characters on your first mulligan, 2 on your second, and 1 on your third. All right, so you can potentially see up to 10 characters every time you draw. Now, up top, we have Rayman. That's our previous champion. He's going to stay up there until we have only got 1 slot left on the outside. We've got 31 other ones that need to get filled. So, who's up first?
All right, we're gonna get, looks like Dwight Schrute's in the contest.
All right, Dwight Schrute from The Office, the US version. It doesn't look like much is happening.
Yeah.
And that's accurate. But now he goes right here. Who's up next?
Han Solo, the only one I know.
All right, Han Solo from Star Wars. Skeletor from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
It's gonna be a real nostalgia hit sometimes.
Yeah, no, go Nigel #1 Uno from Codename Kids Next Door.
All right, number 1. It does start a little slow. Gotta populate the board.
That's what she said.
Under what circumstances would she have said that?
Do you really want to know?
You know, we can bleep it out. TJ, bleep that out.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow, the physician.
Oh, I thought it was Jon Snow.
Wait, what?
Did that look like the Game of Thrones character?
I don't know. Rob put that in there just hoping this moment would come. Of course he did.
Droopy.
Oh, you've got a blank.
Oh.
You can fill that with anyone.
All right.
Anyone as long as they're not a current competitor on the board. If they've been eliminated, though, then they're fair game.
Optimus Prime from Transformers.
Battle. Got a match.
Battle.
Optimus Prime versus number 1 in an overnight cram session. Who's going to stay up all night? Who's going to get a better grade?
Between who?
#1 wasn't the best student.
I don't know anything about him. Optimus Prime is a computer.
But did he actually get programmed with anything besides fighting?
He's sentient.
He was a leader. True.
He's sentient.
True, but we really only know he's good at speaking things.
He's very inspirational.
Optimus Prime used to be a librarian.
So maybe for philosophy,
He did?
that'd be a great cram.
Used to be.
I feel like he'd be good for martial arts and philosophy.
I feel like you got a lazy middle school kid
Yeah.
versus
An adult.
a sentient adult supercomputer.
I know where I'm casting my vote.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead and write down your votes. All right, looks like everybody's ready. Let's see them. All right, that's Prime all the way across. All right, Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear versus Pinkie Pie. Duck calling.
No, it's got to be Yogi Bear. All he has to do is change it to duck duck a woo, and then he's got him, right?
Well, he already is a hunter. He's a hunter.
Yeah.
What's Pinkie Pie gonna do?
He hunts picnic baskets.
He's a bear.
Pinkie Pie can make any animal sound, and she's got a party cannon. She can summon any call things that she wants to call.
But would she actually ever kill a duck?
You don't have to.
She wouldn't kill the duck.
They're
She
your
would
calling
she
the
would
duck.
call an army of them to do a party.
It's only judged by the number of ducks you get to come to you.
Oh, that's what it is?
well, then,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Who would make
She's also like a fairy tale-esque.
who sounds
person.
more like a duck?
Well, if she can imitate any sound
Yeah,
There's
sounds
kind of
sounds
a-
pretty good that
Yeah,
way.
the sound kind of sells it for me. I didn't know that about Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie's powers are far-reaching.
All right, let's see
The judges
it.
are ready.
I'm a rebel.
All right, 2 votes for Pinkie Pie and 1 vote for Yogi Bear.
All right, we're going James Bond.
Joan of Arc from Clone High.
Why are you picking the weird version?
I didn't know there was more than one Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc versus Dwight Schrute.
No.
It's a spelling bee.
Ah.
What we do know is that her braces at one point picked up radio signals and drove her freaking insane.
I mean, Dwight Schrute's probably pretty good at spelling.
I feel like, based on what I know about Dwight Schrute, he's probably pretty good at spelling.
Yeah, but if your braces can pick up radio waves, you should be able to pick up any spelling bee on the radio in the world. And have it
But she
pronounce
was
it.
only able to pick up one station, and it was a Christian station, like a Christian rock station, and it drove her barking mad.
I
That
feel
would.
like Dwight Schrute would go so far as to, like, cheat.
Okay, if cheating's an option, that's
Yeah,
fine.
like,
Dwight
cheating
Schrute is
is
going to
not an
ask
option.
for this to use the word in a sentence every time.
Every
get
time.
the definition every time.
Yeah.
And it's gonna, like, sabotage her.
It really does sound like she's out of her depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, against an evil
I
mastermind.
mean, on the other hand, as a high schooler, he is taking regular vocabulary courses.
And also, if Dwight does cheat, Joan wins.
Only if he gets caught.
We'd catch him. This is anyone's game. All right, looks like everyone's ready. Let's see it. All right, everybody's saying Dwight. Dwight moves
I hope
on.
this is a good decision, guys. If it's not, I'm very disappointed.
We don't want Dwight Schrute to take over.
No, we have
I
to
could
kill
see
him
him
on the
being
second
winner.
round.
I could see him winning. I could see him being our like ultimate champion.
Nazim from The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
You're gonna love this, Rob.
All right, you've got Lord Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Oh, fight.
Is he going to go
I
against
want him
Jon
to go
Snow,
against the other.
musician?
Yeah,
Fight. Yeah.
we need to do anything we can to make that match happen.
Schnitzel from Chowder.
Cynthia, Pokemon champion. All right,
Oh,
Who's up next?
Still enough.
I have
The
to go.
tick.
Yeah.
I have to go with the
Oh,
tick.
you had a good selection of stuff, too.
I did, but
right.
the tick always wins.
All right, the Tick versus Schnitzel.
What are
Schnitzel?
Schnitzel's powers?
He's a cook.
Okay.
And he's apparently also like some kind of rock monster kind of creature. He can only say Rada, but that doesn't prevent anyone else on the show from understanding him
Oh, he's Groot.
completely.
He's
perfectly.
Groot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of, but
He's the original Groot.
Isn't Rocket the only one who can understand Groot?
But it sounds like, at least in the,
Feels like the other Guardians can.
they eventually at least start figuring things out.
You spend enough time around Groot, you start to understand him.
Well, anyway, it's a Pokemon battle.
I feel like whoever has the best Pokemon just wins.
They're given the same set of Pokemon.
I don't know anything about
train
Pokemon.
I feel like the Tick would get super distracted.
I feel like the Tick's not so good at strategy.
Yeah, no, he'd do what I did with Pokemon, just keep smashing the same button over and
He's
over
going to
again.
jump in and try to fight the Pokemon himself.
I totally believe that.
Yeah.
It's not the
Which is
video
not
game
legal,
version.
which
They
is
actually
not
have
legal.
to train Pokemon
Oh, real
to then
real
battle.
Pokemon.
Yes.
Oh.
I do not believe the Tick would be good at training a Pokemon.
I would argue against that. I bet you, I think he'd be a really great
He's
father
going to box
figure
the
if a
Pokemon
terrible,
to them.
If a terrible example, he'd be really loving and kind, and so you probably actually have least ineffective but most affectionate Pokemon.
I can see that
him,
with the Tick.
Yeah.
Imagine him training a Pokemon to be a hero, though.
I could see him having his Pokemon just be a sidekick.
Yeah.
Like
just
an
dragging
all,
along,
like all the time.
Little Arthurs.
And did
And
Arthur,
every single one of them's called Arthur.
okay, but think about this. But did Arthur ever really do well as a hero under Tick's tutelage?
Tick
Kinda.
is a horrible
I think so,
mentor,
kinda.
but other people succeed despite his horribleness.
Yeah.
I see him using his Pokemon as a sidekick, and if that would gain experience, I could see that Pokemon really leveling up.
See, I
But,
just-
but the chef could make the mistake of actually cooking his Pokemon, which would be a thing.
He's a pretty good chef. He's not like
Okay, so
Yeah,
if he's a really good chef.
I don't see him having any interest.
All right, everybody's ready. Let's see. All right, that's 3 votes for the Tick.
The Tick and his
Excellent.
scuffed Pokemon team.
Weird Al!
Weird Al is going to be
Weird
crushing.
Al Yankovic.
If you guys haven't seen that video too, you need to on Roku.
The biopic?
The mockumentary of his life.
I have not seen
Wait, is
that.
it?
Oh,
It's
free on
completely
Roku,
fake.
Roku TV.
Everything in it.
I think it's just extremely fictionalized. I think there's kernels of truth here and there, but
Yeah.
honestly, that just makes it all the weirder.
Some things are a little out of
All
order.
right,
It's
Weird
cool.
Al Yankovic versus Skeletor.
Same vibe.
Doing what though? Doing what?
Doing what?
Grand Theft Auto.
The game?
Oh,
The game?
The crime.
the crime.
Oh, ooh.
The game isn't actually in there.
I feel like Skeletor's better at crime.
He would
I
definitely
would
be
agree.
on that.
I would agree. I think Weird Al Yankovic would like it up.
But he'd make a song about it. Make
Weird
$1 million.
Al,
He would make a song about
Weird Al would get permission from the owner.
it. Would.
To do the thing, make a
He's too
song about
negating
it.
its criminality.
He's too.
Thus negating its
he's
criminality.
Too kind.
No, but then-
Al would never.
But
do
then
that.
what he would do is he would release a song about it right when it least convenienced the person and still make a bunch of money. So he'd actually like do it, but legitimately screw them over for $1 million.
He'd steal the car and give them a better car.
Yes.
Skeletor's like stealing a car. This is easy. He'll still steal a whole city worth of cars.
He would murder the person.
So Skeletor would
That-
be more efficient.
Murder would get him disqualified.
Why?
Escalating violence above what's implied by the challenge is a disqualification.
I would argue against that in this case because
Yeah?
stealing a car, Grand Theft Auto, I mean,
That's some
fighting
gentle
people
mugging.
and causing consequences like that is kind of built into that.
A carjacking.
It's not exactly an escalation.
It's built into the game, but this isn't the game. This is
No,
just
it's
the
built
crime.
into the crime.
All you're doing is
I'm
stealing
saying
the
it's
car.
built into the crime.
You don't do Grand Theft Auto without going in and being willing to kill someone, probably.
Plus there's also carjacking. That's a form of car stealing.
Does he know how to drive a car?
Well,
He's
that's
not,
a good
but he's
point.
not driving away
I'll
with
steal
it.
it. That's a good point.
So 10 and
I've
Cori
never
ready?
seen.
I'm ready.
I've
Everybody's
never
ready?
seen Skeletor drive a vehicle. Not that I've watched all this.
He
shows,
doesn't. He's
but
not going to drive it.
He
He's just
can't
going to
drive.
steal
You
He's
it.
gonna steal it. Huh?
All right, let's see it. All right, that's 2 votes for Skeletor and 1 vote for Weird Al. We have Dale from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Nice. Legit. Was the new movie any good?
I haven't seen it. It's so rare that I even watch movies at all.
People say it's good.
I'm
seen some
not
clips.
really a fan of the medium.
Yeah, the animated.
Not
Live action.
animation. It's just I'm not really a fan of film.
Must've
A
been
lot
hard
of
for you
them
to
just
make this
kind of.
game.
Yeah, like that.
It's been
This
really
game
hard for you
doesn't
to make
suggest
this game.
I take suggestions
Collaboration.
and then I vet them. All right. Marvin the Martian from Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I gotta go with my boy Firelord Ozai,
All right. Firelord Ozai from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
the animated TV show.
Of course. Yeah. Don't watch the movie. The movie was awful. I painted my head for that. It was awful.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. It was so bad they didn't even make a sequel.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! If they would have made a sequel.
They're making a new series on Amazon though.
Yeah, but
They're
the
not
original,
Netflix.
the original
Netflix.
creators are out. They got rid of
Right.
them.
All right.
You expect
still
M.
got
Night
my
Shyamalan,
right
who's
here.
never
I'll
seen
watch
a
it.
single episode.
Mum-Ra from Thundercats. Mum-Ra versus Jon Snow in Horse.
The basketball game.
Yup. The basketball
Oh
game.
my gosh.
Probably.
I have had to think about that game
If
forever.
Mumra is only strong enough to play basketball when he's all hulked out, and that doesn't really last very long.
Yeah. He's
John-
not.
Does
He's
breaks
Jon
the
Snow
basketball.
even
He's
know
a
what
very
basketball
decrepit
is?
old man.
The ball would never make it.
But
in the
you've
hoop
got a
'cause he'd
really
blow
old
it up.
scientist guy too. I don't know. I feel like the scientist dude would just win because he could figure out biology and screw him
Well,
over.
if he created germ theory, I think he predates most basketball.
Yeah.
But he can figure
But
it
can he,
out.
can he
can-
throw?
we can
can he-
assume that
horse is
there-
horse is not playing basketball. Horse is just finding a shot that you can make and the other person missed. Who is the least bad?
Yeah, least bad is what we're going for.
I don't know much about
I think-
Mum-Ra.
I think Dr.
They're from
Jon Snow.
Thundercats. They're like
Could
superpowers,
Mumra
right?
in the
he's got
20 seconds
superpowers.
he's
You
hulked
got
out-
superpowers. You're gonna beat an old scientist guy.
I agree.
In the 20 seconds he's hulked out, could Mumra score more baskets than Jon Snow?
Well,
could
horse,
in the
you only have that's only like one shot.
Yeah, you only shoot once, and then
You
the other
only
player
need
has to
one
try to
lucky
match your
shot.
shot.
Right.
Oh, 5.
If they do it, then they get control of the ball. If they don't, then they get a letter. and
He's
you get
also
go
got to
again.
hit the other guy's shot.
All right, Mum-Ra, and Jon Snow.
I really want him to fight himself.
We've got Harry Lime from Home Alone. Harry Lime versus Marvin the Martian.
Oh, this is a good match.
Doing what though? Doing
This-
what?
This is a dumb fight. That's what this is.
This is
Yeah.
a dumb fight.
Yeah.
It's foosball.
Oh.
Neither one can keep the damn ball on the table.
Okay. Harry Lime is actually fairly competent until he runs into Kevin McAllister, though.
You know,
they burgled a lot
I
of
could
houses.
see him having played a lot
That's
of
good.
foosball
Harry's probably
in
has
his
these
life.
played.
I could see he's a very dumb guy,
But has
and
Marvin
Think
ever
he could hustle some
succeeded in
foot-
anything?
see,
some
Marvin's
foosball?
never done anything. He's just he
Well, and
disintegrates
Marvin's
everything.
really short too,
Except
so
for
he
when he
might have a
wants to
hard time
disintegrate.
pulling it off.
Can he get through any game without being disqualified?
Well, sure, he
Yeah,
would try
right.
to disintegrate the board, but
He would pull a gun.
He got through a game of basketball.
He would pull a gun.
He was the referee.
He always
Yeah.
pulls a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, what? He
So
was the
if he
referee.
did that,
Never mind then.
They wouldn't even trust him for that.
Never mind.
Rob, if Marvin evaporated his opponent with his
That-
laser
that
gun,
sounds illegal.
would that count or is that cheating?
That is cheating.
Okay, so that's what would happen.
All right, yep, that's limes all the way across. Harry Lime versus Skeletor. Hot dog eating.
Oh, that's Harry Lime all day long.
No.
Wasn't Harry Lime eating a hot dog like in the car or
But
something?
Skeletor has no stomach, see, so he can just keep shoving them.
And then it
And it
falls.
just fall through. It's just eating, it's not digesting, is the qualifier on that. Like,
Is
you
it
could-
timed?
It's
Yes.
Is it like a hot dog eating
Nathan's
contest?
hot dog eating contest.
Yes, they have 5 minutes.
5 minutes. I don't know. I think Harry could down a lot of hot dogs in 5 minutes.
No,
But he'd still have
no, I
to
don't-
chew.
I
Bun
really
is
don't
not
think so, though.
required.
What is?
Bun is not required.
Okay.
Condiments are allowed, and chewing is also not required.
Oh well, then Skeletor. He just opens up his jaw
Skeletor,
and
Yeah,
starts shoving it
yeah.
down.
like the only way I can see Lime winning
Doesn't
that-
even unlink them first.
He does. Yeah, Skeletor all the way, man.
Do you have to be alive at the end of it?
No.
Okay. The only way that Harry would actually win that then is if he was willing to die for it.
He would do very well against a lot of other people, but Skeletor would just like
Yeah.
open his jaw
Too
and
much
just
of a natural physical mechanical
yeah,
advantage.
it would just go straight through his ribcage. All right, here we go.
I feel
All
like he
right,
just
let's
disintegrates
see
his
him.
stomach too.
All right, that's unanimous for Skeletor. Huey Duck from DuckTales. He takes the last fully open match, so guess what? This match is from here on.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I know this one.
James Bond versus Jack Skellington.
Ooh, this could be a good
Okay.
match. Depends on what they're doing.
Yeah.
Depends on what they're doing.
Especially if I'm going to be pedantic and just say that's definitely the 90s James Bond.
String figures.
Oh,
Like a cat's cradle?
Cat's cradle is one of the shapes you could
Okay.
make, yeah.
Oh, that is
No,
Jack written
skeleton.
all over. it.
Jack
Skeleton.
Skellington.
Because he can dislocate all his joints.
Well, and also he probably just knows a bunch of scary ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can finger puppets and the like.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put it past that being a basic training of James Bond's system, just in case he's ever caught in a finger trap or something like that. He can
I just don't see that being
No,
part
really?
of 007 training. I just don't see
90s, not even 90s, not even Pierce Brosnan style, where it was just as goofy as you could get.
Yeah, but Pierce Brosnan
Miss
based on
that
anything.
era of
Goofy-
James Bond.
Goofy
He
versus
won everything. He's just the best.
He's going to be really good at finger strings then.
But the dislocating of the fingers, I never thought of that. That's a huge.
Well, plus, like-
But he is a ladies' man. He is really good with his hands. So
He's good with his hands.
But Jack
I hope
Skellington
he's
has
good
to
with
know
his
a bunch of those already that are like
Yeah, he
evil,
has to know.
scary
But
ones.
James Bond wins at everything. He's always winning.
yeah,
But
and
not-
he has a
not
great
at this.
team that
He
he
has
to
yet
use.
to win a tournament. Let's see him. All right.
I just have to.
That's
Well,
that's
'cause
2
James
votes
Bond
for
wins at
Jack.
everything.
He does.
And
James
1
Bond
vote
wins
for
that
He
is
wouldn't have
that
to
is a,
cheat.
that is the thing he wouldn't win at though.
All right, next up, it's Jack Skellington versus Optimus Prime
Oh.
in Go Fish.
That's anybody's guess, man.
No,
No, it's
Prime,
anybody's
he
game.
can still card count. Optimus Prime can
depends
definitely
on
card
the-
count that.
Yeah, he's a computer.
It
Yeah.
depends on what cards they get, though.
Yeah, like
No,
75% of it's luck.
Yeah.
Or more.
But you still could card count that one. It's like two
And
separate-
Optimus Prime would card count. Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime would be just like efficient,
Yeah, he would be efficient.
Go efficient?
but Jack Skellington, I mean,
Like what?
he's
what-
never played Go Fish.
And what do you do between Halloweens? Like, that's a lot of time to practice.
It's always Halloween.
Yeah.
It's always happening.
All right, Dave's ready.
Yeah.
Let's see him. All right, that's Optimus Prime. Fozzie Bear from the Muppets. Fozzie Bear versus Huey Duck. Pin the tail on the donkey.
Fozzie Bear might pin the tail on something else.
Blindfold him, spin him around, hand him something sharp. Go.
As much as I want to vote for Fozzie Bear just out of sheer pity, I'm pretty sure that Huey would just be like,
around it, pin it on it.
Huey, I don't know how different he is. I don't know like what his character traits are.
Huey's the smart, well-prepared one.
Ah,
A
yeah.
little bit
the one who,
neurotic,
like, count
very
numbers,
by the
spins-
rules, yeah.
Yeah.
Have a technique and probably.
Fozzie Bear just
close.
would not do well in any sense.
Probably played it before. too.
he would not be another Marvin the Martian. If he
Well,
didn't
Dave's
try
ready.
to do it, he
Well,
could do it.
He could
But-
get lucky and do it,
Yeah.
but that's the only way.
But he'd have to do it on his first go, right?
Really?
Even after 2 hours of
You
practice.
think
right?
Fozzie Bear's lucky?
I feel like he could have his rare moments where he like.
He hasn't landed
succeeds.
in the hospital yet.
He's not Marvin
He
the Martian
probably
where
has.
everything goes wrong.
We
all
never
the
seen him
time,
though.
right?
I've never seen him.
He has his moments to
He's
shine.
just a comedian. who's
He's
not
been
funny,
a
that's all.
doctor in a
Yeah.
hospital. I know that. There was a sketch.
But he's like a kind-hearted soul. Things go
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
but
He
not
would definitely be
possible.
okay
He
with
would
losing.
find a way to pin it on
Yeah.
himself.
All right.
Ready? All right, let's see him. All right, that's Huey Duck.
All right, let's go with C-3PO.
All right, C-3PO from Star
He
Wars.
could be good at something.
He could be good at a lot of things.
It's terrible.
Spelling bees.
C-3PO
Yeah,
skill
he'd
set
be
is
excellent at spelling.
very binary.
In what language?
Have him go up against White Shrew.
Right?
C-3PO versus Fire Lord Ozai. The contest is a joust.
A joust. Okay, C-3PO dies.
Yeah, C-3PO dies. He can't move his arm.
Anything physical. He was
Yeah.
He could
So
make
what's the name of the other guy?
Fire Lord Ozai.
Well, I would still argue, but
His legs can't
C-3PO
reach
can
around
be
the
blown
saddle.
apart. Like he could probably have 2 or 3 of those in his chest and still be
Dude,
like
Fire
upgoing.
Lord Ozai probably can
He's
ride a
not-
horse really well, is an incredibly excellent fighter, ruthless warlord, and C-3PO can't do
Well, what if C-3PO had the Wookiee with him? Can he have the Wookiee with him?
No.
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 Oh.
They're putting him on a
He doesn't
horse.
get help.
He can't even
But
hold
that,
the joust.
he definitely knows how to ride a Wookiee though.
They're gluing the
Chewbacca is a
jousting stick
completely
to him.
separate contestant.
Oh, he's actually. Oh, well, yeah. We don't want to bring contestants in.
But yeah, he gets the whole
we can
cast
get
of Star Wars.
C-3PO on a Wookiee.
I'm not convinced C-3PO would be able to get on the horse without losing.
They
him.
glue him to
Right.
the
He's-
horse,
he's
glue
very
the stick to
stiff.
him, and then he just
It's
gets
very
busted
stiff.
apart.
I think he would have I think he'd have trouble just holding.
I don't
the
think he could
lance.
hold the lance.
Yeah.
Because you have to put it underneath your arm.
Yeah,
And his arms don't bend.
He certainly couldn't aim it.
His
No.
arms don't bend because they have that little
if
bar
he
right
doesn't
here.
get knocked off, if he was against
Yeah.
Huey
The
Duck, I'm ready to
entire
lose.
time.
I don't think there's anyone he could beat in that.
He's probably getting knocked off this horse like a bowling pin.
He was pre-disqualified for this.
It
Right?
may be
all right,
the
let's
one
see
thing
him.
that Marvin could beat him at.
Make it official.
W?
What's a double?
Yeah, Warlord. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Fire Lord.
Fire Lord Ozai.
I think
See?
Marvin the
This
Martian
shows how well I
could
know it.
All right.
I'm really trusting you guys.
Fire Lord Ozai versus Mum-Ra. Jax.
Well, we've got
Let's sort that out
we've got a
Jax.
competition.
Game of Jax. Marbles.
Oh, okay.
So
A game of
Fire Lord
Jax.
versus Jax.
Mumra,
Fire Lord
I don't
Ozai
know
versus
too much
Mumra.
about Mumra.
Mumra. Oh.
So he
well,
gets
was the
really,
old,
like,
super
he-
powerful, jacked up.
Yeah, he like turns into this big monster that can destroy.
He's like Hulk, but he's really weak when he's not Hulk.
He's a sorcerer who can bulk himself up with
How
magic.
smart is he?
He's very smart. and
very
cool.
smart.
It's all hand-eye coordination, yeah.
That's
he
all it
is
is.
above average in, you would say, most activities based
He's a
on
martial artist for one thing.
the fact he's a martial artist, he controls his body super well, and he's super, like, just super powerful.
Honestly, Ozai could go toe to toe with Firelord, or Ozai could go toe to toe with Mumra when
In
Mumra was
Hulk,
hulked out.
yeah. And he's super,
Well, then it seems like he would do really well at bouncing it really high and catching the ball.
I think so.
I think his martial arts background is
The
what
martial
takes
arts
it.
background alone.
Yeah.
But if he made the mistake of melting the ball on accident, that would be a problem.
Well, he would. Firelord Ozai doesn't make mistakes.
Oh, well then of course he's
He
gonna.
does.
His mistake is miscalculating people.
Which is also.
And there's
Mumra's
not a lot of
mistake.
strategy to Jax, right?
No, it's you bounce the ball,
And grab his
pick up a
knees,
jack,
yeah.
and then you catch the ball. That's
Yeah,
all
oh,
it is.
yeah.
He could bounce it,
good.
sweep the
Okay.
jacks all up with
Pick
his
up as
foot.
many as possible.
I'll get this right this time.
Yeah.
All right, ready.
All right, let's see it. All right, Firelord Ozai takes it.
Firelord Ozai is gonna get destroyed in some sort of contest that
Ooh,
involves.
It might happen right now. It's Firelord Ozai versus Skeletor.
These are two big bads.
It's a cringe competition.
Oh, God.
Skeletor has memes about him.
Skeletor is pretty cringe.
What is
Skeletor
cringe?
has
Yeah.
memes about
Explain
him.
this to me.
It's basically like, are you familiar with the concept of cringe comedy?
No.
Yes.
It's like making things awkward for the sake of the laugh. This is basically that.
Firelord Ozai
Bad
is too
poop
serious.
jokes.
That's what
Stuff like that.
Skeletor's memes are.
Skeletor.
Yeah.
Skeletor.
Yeah, it does sound like the word when it's a little too uptight for.
Yeah, no, he's not doing any cringe.
Okay.
All right, let's see him.
That's what his memes
All right, that's Skeletor.
Finally, I will get a chance to win this.
The memes are on my side.
All right, it's Vizzini from The Princess Bride.
Yes.
Oh.
Nice, good choice.
All right, Vizzini versus Dale. An algebra test.
Vizzini seems really smart.
Yeah, well, conventionally.
Conventionally smart.
Yeah.
Like, he's a very well-educated
But-
individual.
But algebra is not around during the Princess.
Algebra's been
Sure
around
it
since
was.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait,
No,
it's
that'd be
been
like
around since
typing
ancient
mathematics.
Greece.
No,
That's
not true.
But what is is it Chip that's the competitor?
Does a chipmunk know algebra?
Dale, he's not the
It's
smart
Dale.
one.
So.
Dale's
yeah.
not the smart one.
Well, see,
But
this
if he
would
does
be tough.
know it, he probably knows more modern.
See,
Math than,
yeah. So this is right on the line because Vizzini, I don't really think he would actually know, but he would know words related to
Well,
algebra.
the
The problem
Thing.
is Vizzini is arrogant is all hell.
Is Vizzini
yeah.
actually smart, or is he?
No, I don't think
He's very smart.
Or
We
is
can
he
also-
actually just thinks he's the smartest and he's not actually smart?
I feel like that was the whole plot of the
We
point.
can,
Was like he.
we can also assume that contestants get 3 hours to study.
Is Dale the smart one, or is Dale the goofy
Dale-
one?
Dale's the dumb one.
Yeah.
Dale is the goofball.
Yeah, Dale's not winning this.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like X
Dale's got his own
plus
Vizzini's
Y.
famous is that he thinks he's smarter than everyone. He is still smart, he's just not smarter than everyone.
But he's
X
smarter
plus
than Dale.
D
He's
equals
smarter than
XD.
He's gotta be smarter than Dale.
Tan's ready? All right, let's see him. Vizzini versus Dwight Schrute.
Oh,
Okay,
this
now
is a
Dwight's
good one.
gonna kick his
This
ass.
is a good one.
He's in a lot of
They're
things.
such similar characters.
Trading card games.
Dwight Schrute.
Again, cheating's not allowed.
Now, here's the thing. Dwight has a huge weakness. He gets tricked easily.
Oh.
And Vizzini is all about tricking people.
Oh, I like where you're going.
Does that
with this.
play into Dwight Schrute's
It's
weakness?
true, Vizzini
Yeah.
is not as tricky
he's
as
very
he thinks he is, but he would trick
He's
Dwight.
cunning.
He's very cunning.
Dwight is so gullible. He'll be like,
And okay, here's the other thing about Dwight. Is as arrogant as Vizzini is,
Dwight's just as
Dwight
arrogant.
would believe him. Dwight would buy into his stuff.
Yes, his
Otherwise-
conspiracy
Vizzini's
theories.
gonna say, I'm gonna bring a water deck, and then Dwight's gonna believe it and bring a grass deck and get beat by a fire deck.
Your argument was very convincing.
All right, Corey's ready, Dave's ready, Tan's ready. Let's see him. Vizzini.
I am very
All right.
surprised Vizzini beat
Well,
Dwight
it's-
Schrute.
it's 'cause-
I was thinking that was a
Yeah, no, there's a
Dwight-
brilliant argument.
Dwight
All right.
gets
Brilliant argument.
destroyed.
Who's up next?
Did you pick one?
I haven't yet. No, put me up, brother. Well,
The King from Burger King.
Having your
What's his powers?
burgers.
And
He's
surprise.
very sneaky.
This is like the
He can't have gotten far ever.
This is like the
He's
live
also
action
good at
one.
dancing with food in his hands.
Oh,
The King versus Nazim. Weightlifting. Nazim versus the King.
I feel like the Burger King gets.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's got plenty of calories to burn.
Yeah. Pretty good food.
He's bulking up.
Nazim keeps just
No, he
True.
hasn't.
Nazim's like struggling to lift some 10-pounders.
And Nazim
No.
can't be doing very well, health-wise, sleeping in the dirt all the time.
I bet you Nazim wouldn't even
I
do
feel
it.
like
He'd just look at that and be
Nazim
like, no.
Walk up to you
Not
and
anywhere
say you're
near.
fat.
He'd be like, I'm
No.
much stronger
I need
than
to go
you,
to
but
Cloud
I'm not
City.
doing
And all
it.
you see on him is 10 pounds of fat.
All right,
Nazim would be fat.
we're ready. All right, the King.
He would
It's good to be the king.
It's good to be the king.
We'll see how good. We'll see how it.
I don't know. We go back to the duck.
It's the king versus Huey Duck.
Okay, and Huey's the idiot, right?
No, he's just the well-prepared
He's the
one.
smart one. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, none of them are idiots in the new.
They're all
incarnation.
resourceful, like
They're all. Yeah, like Dewey is reckless, but he's
brave.
You know, he's very. Yeah, he's brave, and he's also kind of charming.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's the king versus Huey Duck in pain tolerance.
I
He's
get the
an
feeling the king
cartoon.
Is a whip.
You could
He's
no.
building
This is
for
not an
real.
argument.
Think of how much like with his high blood pressure and diabetes, how much he's used to pain. He's used to pain.
And I don't
His
ever remember.
existence is pain.
I don't ever remember the limit number episodes of DuckTales I actually watched where they put him in an actual pain position. Like there wasn't a series.
Those characters.
I see his pain tolerance being really low.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Burger King, it's like he probably feels like all the time.
he's used to it.
He probably the time when he's not filming, he's drinking,
Yeah. He just drinks and eats Burger King all the time. I think.
and he's an adult.
Yeah. I think the king wins this one, man.
I mean, a lot of times I think those like smart characters are given like a they do well in like a tough situation, but
All right, let's see him. All right, the king.
and he might have already lost a foot.
He'd be used to it.
He's used to it.
like,
Phantom pain.
King versus Optimus.
I don't think he's
The
ever
king
seen
versus Optimus Prime.
How has the
Okay.
king made it this far?
Bad life decisions.
In a debate.
The king's not winning that.
A debate over what?
Unless it was.
Does it
comedy.
really matter?
Yeah.
When's the last time like
If it's a
The
commercial
king
over
never
food,
says anything.
And I don't think he
He'd have
really.
to write it down.
He doesn't write his own lines, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any lines.
He's not like a talker.
and when's the last time the king convinced you to go to Burger King?
Prime is really smart, right?
Five times.
Yeah. Prime is kind of a genius.
He
Almost.
convinced
But
me
Optimus
just
Prime,
yesterday.
like, is that an actual
Because
thing
I
that you
absolutely
learn
love
in the
it.
Prime School of whatever? Like, do you have to be a good debater to smash?
Do you have to be a good debater to beat the king?
You just have to be able to talk.
He doesn't talk.
That's
Yeah.
He never says anything.
Oh, yeah.
King's never. I've never seen him say.
Unless it was a debate about sandwiches, and the king would only have to do.
Well, that depends on like what the.
No, it's a commercial. You can't lose with the.
Yeah.
Have you seen these?
It's a miracle the king made it this far.
It was worth a shot.
I'm surprised that the king made it as far as he did.
The
what
king's,
is-
the
what
king's
is
never
your-
making it farther.
King, what is your take on paninis? Pulls out a Whopper. All right, so let's see it. All right, that's Optimus
Dude,
Prime.
Primes can be hard to beat. He's really smart and really strong, and he's galactic.
King Julian the 13th from Madagascar.
Tell me more about him.
He's ridiculous.
He doesn't sing the song, but he dances to
horrible
it.
leader.
Okay.
Terrible. Everything he does is selfish and screws his subjects over.
He's
But
he's
he's
very
King
cliche king.
And but
he
he's very flamboyant about it.
He actually does kind of become more of a sympathetic character in the series, but yeah,
He's also an idiot.
there is also that. It's King Julian versus Droopy.
Who's droopy?
Who's Droopy?
Maybe.
Droopy's like an old school cartoon character where he's just really sleepy
Okay.
and he's sad.
You know what?
Like Eeyore.
Easy.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
He's like Eeyore.
It's Screaming for duration times volume.
Oh, King Julian.
Yeah, King
He always is
Yeah.
screaming anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to write this down. Let's just
Done.
moving on. The Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Yes, I know
Nice.
this character.
All right. The Brain versus Han Solo.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
This is all about the contest.
It depends on what the contest is.
It's an escape room.
Oh.
They must actually solve the puzzles. Breaking out is not allowed.
Because Han Solo would break out.
Yeah, Han Solo would break out. Pinky and the Brain. I mean,
I mean,
Brain would
the
totally
Brain
get
might
out.
also just decide to, break out as well. But they would both be
Okay,
informed
that's
of the
a no-brainer.
rules here.
Puzzles for Han Solo.
Yeah, it's the Brain.
The Brain.
All right, the Brain versus King Julian the 13th. Make that the Brain and Han Solo versus King Julian and Droopy in synchronized swimming.
Whoa.
Oh, Solo is
I'm
the
honestly
match.
surprised that this is the first team one that we've picked.
Okay, so
Because about a third of the
Oh,
chips in
okay.
here are team-based challenges.
I get the feeling that the Brain would ride Han Solo and do really well. In
Oh,
synchronous
And like he would just pull at his hair to control him.
Yeah,
Ratatouille
Classic Han Solo was really
Ratatouille
good too. He
style.
probably had a head in the
Well,
Millennium
King
Falcon.
Yeah,
just to do
Julian
that.
would excel at synchronized swimming.
Why?
He's got some great
He's,
Oh, wait, is this-
he's
is this
kind of like, he's
synchronized
got like
swimming?
yeah, he's got like drag
Oh,
queen
okay.
energy.
Yeah, but Droopy would just screw it up.
No, Droopy would be really good at that. Like that's
very
elaborate.
graceful.
yeah. They showed him doing like all sorts of sports stuff, and
But
he
he
was
would
pretty
announce
dang good.
He would announce all his moves before he did them, right? So you
Droopy?
Yeah.
No.
Right? No. That was supposed to be different.
No, he was very like soft spoken. He rarely talked at all.
Droopy's whole bit was that he gets
Well,
underestimated.
here's the thing: synchronized swimming, you have to both be
You
in
gotta
sync.
be able to
You have to
work with your
both
partner.
do the exact thing and be in
I
sync.
don't see the Brain being
The
very
brain
good at
doesn't
swimming.
work, and the brain's not going to work with Han Solo. They're going to clash.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think King Julian would kind of clash with himself here too.
I think Julian would try to be better than Droopy.
They
But Droopy would
King-
match
King
him
Julian-
with-
they'd come
Would be
up with a
too
routine,
crazy.
and then Julian would like go off and try to improvise.
Yeah, he wouldn't have the synchronized part
Yeah.
down.
And
So,
the brain,
like,
the, brain
the
was
question
smart
is,
enough
I
to
guess-
match Han Solo that he was the star of the show and then control him that way.
I don't know. Does
He's
Han
there.
Solo doesn't like to?
But
he just has to be the best.
He
Just
can't
show-
ride him. He can't ride him. It's the
Oh,
synchronized
yeah,
swimming
okay.
is when they
Well,
both lift their leg at the same time.
He can still do it because
They
all
spin
you,
at the
all you
same
have to do is
time.
tempt him with money. That's the guy's whole entire gig. is
No,
with money.
no, he wants to take over the world.
Or no. I meant
Han Solo, right?
Oh,
Brain
okay.
drives Han
Or are we
Solo.
talking about Han
Team money
Solo
and
post
power.
Princess Leia, which probably has a change of heart. or
Okay,
change of
let's
mind.
listen. Who of the four? Who's the best at it?
At synchronized swimming?
Han Solo.
No, it's got to
Probably-
be King Julian.
It's probably Droopy.
Droopy might be good, but I think Han Solo would be the best as an individual. But I just don't see him working with.
Come
the
on,
Brain.
we all want to see him in a banana hammock.
I agree. Droopy?
Oh,
TJ,
this is
please,
the
please
toughest one
edit
yet.
that in.
This is the toughest one yet.
Images, please, TJ. Thank you very
Droopy's
much.
probably the best if
In
as
just
what he
synchronized
was saying,
swimming,
as
yeah.
in synchronized swimming. King Julian probably could be really good at it, but again, he's going to try to be a little too flamboyant.
Uh-huh.
Han Solo could swim. Synchronized swimming's probably not his boat, but he could figure it out.
I can imagine the brain, like the writers of the show,
brain
actually
swim?
putting the brain into that position of having to do that as like the life lesson episode. But it would be only the one episode, and then you go back to
I
playing.
could
and stuff,
see
so.
these two doing a routine
Yeah.
and staying synchronized, but it's certainly not going to be very entertaining to watch.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
just
going to
to-
be
They'll
gonna
be
something-
entertaining as hell.
Because one
but
is
King
like a little
Julian-
mouse and you can't even really see him.
Yeah.
Versus
Well, they'd be they'd be in sync, but they'd be all like really basic moves. All right, King Julian takes it.
I wanted to see the Brain win.
Big Weld from Robots. Big Weld versus Lord Jon Snow. Mysterious murder.
Jon Snow's probably really good at murder.
Wait, no, is this
But
you're figuring out? what
mysteriously,
He's pretty honorable,
Yeah,
You know, but
but he would
He-
do
he
he'll
plays-
do whatever needs to be done.
He plays the Game of Thrones, bro.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
plays the Game of Thrones.
That's why he wins.
Well,
Honestly, after so many seasons building up to it, he couldn't even get in the room to kill the Night King.
yeah, he's kind of terrible at being sneaky.
Yeah, but he does what he does what needs to be done.
The other guy, the inventor, like he left his own company because this other guy was like, "You suck," and he's like, "Okay, I'll just go like hide."
He didn't leave. He was like forced out.
He doesn't play the Game of Thrones. That's
He does not play the Game of
But
Thrones.
that just means no one would ever suspect him.
All right, looks like everybody's ready.
Jon Snow
All
agrees
right.
to a lot of people here.
Jon Snow.
He was
All
the
right.
practical answer, maybe not the best answer, but the practical.
Lord Jon Snow versus Pinkie Pie in a game of Guess Who.
Oh, Pinkie Pie just wins.
Why?
She's a party gamer,
And she knows everything.
and she knows every single person.
She is quite literally
Actually,
a
Pinkie
party
Pie,
animal.
Pinkie Pie might be one of the most powerful characters.
But in a
on
game of
this list.
Guess Who, it's all about memorizing where the pieces are.
No, a game of Guess Who is you say, does your person have a mustache? And then
Oh,
they
It's
say
like
yes,
it's
no,
like
no,
20
and you mark
questions,
down
but the
mustache.
options are like faces in front of you,
Right,
and you
right,
flip them
yeah.
down.
Played it.
Jon
Yeah.
Snow's not one for.
You don't have to
game.
know like where the
Yeah,
faces
no,
are on your
But Jon
opponent's board
Snow's a
because
lord. He has to know.
Knowing people doesn't help because you have just the pictures in
Everyone.
front of you. It's just, can you play a kid's child party game? I think this is a no-brainer for.
Let's see him.
I have
All right.
to support the guy.
Pinkie Pie
He's
takes
done
it.
so well.
Pinkie Pie versus King Julian the 13th.
Ooh,
Oh,
who's the party animals?
Gelatin eating.
Julian's the selfish one.
Yeah.
But as far as gelatin eating, is that like Jello?
Pinkie Pie has
no,
eaten
wait.
a giant mound
more
of
Jell-O.
cake
Where
in
does it-
seconds.
Do you guys know what gelatin's made from?
Horse hooves.
cow bones. Yeah.
But they eat gelatinous things in My Little Pony.
I don't actually remember them doing that, but it wouldn't be that far fetched.
I think Julian
Horse
was
hooves.
just was like, I don't care, I'll eat it.
He'll crush it.
Yeah, he just crushed it out of sheer
That's
enthusiasm.
Those are fragile.
They're both
Ju-
kind of like gluttons.
Oh, Pinkie Pie can eat a lot of food. Julian, he'll just stuff his face with whatever.
She also works in the cake shop.
Yeah. Well, she also like expands her body in a cartoonish way, where King Julian's more. He's an animal. He's just like he stays the same shape.
Looks like everyone's ready. Let's see it. All right, that's 2 votes for Pinkie Pie.
Has Pinkie Pie made a deep run before?
Yes, she has.
She's
Another
powerful.
important point is that Pinkie Pie has more than one stomach.
Yeah, you tell me.
All right, Pinkie Pie versus Optimus Prime.
All right. This is the contest.
She has beaten him before.
She's beaten him before.
Yes, she has.
This is the quarterfinals.
Musical theater. This is the semi-final.
Okay, frickin' Pinkie Pie wins again.
No.
Optimus Prime would be
You guys-
horrible at that.
No, he would be great. He's a computer.
He can play
sees
radio.
Everything.
And she's
He
in a
can
musical.
do.
Playing the radio isn't the same as like singing and
How is
dancing.
his
and
dancing gonna be?
And how's his acting?
When?
No. In order to be a good martial artist, you have to actually be very light and powerful on your feet.
Okay.
Like, slinging a giant hand sword around is not just talent. You really have to know what you're doing.
But Pinkie Pie is like a song. The show is a musical.
How is Optimus Prime at acting?
Not good, I feel like. I mean,
As long
can
as
transform.
With Hamlet.
that's all he's got.
Transform.
The musical.
He's so serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm imagining like a musical theater production of Cars.
Pinkie Pie would play
Yes.
every character
So
in the
Optimus
musical.
Prime as Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, Optimus Prime would be amazing at that.
That'd be funny.
Someone's gonna make a Transformers musical now.
Especially if Optimus Prime.
She can one-man band. She can do any of that.
She can one-man band. Yeah, she's done that a couple
I
times.
think Optimus Prime would be a surprisingly good leading man in a musical, but he cannot compete with Pinkie Pie, who's a professional.
Yeah. All right, let's see those
If
votes.
there was more than 3 of us.
All right, 2 votes for Pinkie Pie and 1 vote for Optimus Prime.
Rayman versus
Our
Cynthia.
champion returns. Rayman versus
All
Cynthia.
right, what's this one?
World domination.
So Cynthia
Yeah.
is a
Go
good
for it. Let's
person,
skip it.
but she's also the most powerful Pokemon champion in any of the regions if you go by the video game standards.
And who's the other
Rayman
one?
is also he's like a
He's a good guy.
hero. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like the protector of the forest and stuff.
He
Would it have to be an
Oh,
evil
God.
taking
Oh,
over the world, or
Cynthia
it just
has-
have
Not
to be just-
necessarily.
Is there a non-evil taking over the world?
Well, yeah, but everyone would get bored and become a bad guy again eventually, right?
Or Pokemon
Like,
after
what's the? How does the world work when there isn't someone
Ray-
trying to take it over?
Rayman-
There's still a centralized government of something that owns the world, right?
No.
No, it's just
Is there,
chaos.
is
There's a
there a
lot of-
centralized government that runs the world
Ask me go
today?
back and
Yes, the Illuminati.
I don't know.
Well, no. There is a shadow, like,
Something.
society that runs the world. But they're not that good at it.
I mean, we call those billionaires.
It's all the billionaires. It's all like that. They run the world.
Now, and well, you
So-
say Cynthia might be powerful, but doesn't she get beat by a child every time someone plays?
No, she doesn't. Ash doesn't actually beat Cynthia.
I feel like you have to have some level
In the-
of evil
to have
If you're
like
going in the
an
show,
army of
in the
Pokemon that
games,
you
you
capture in a little ball.
Yeah.
And you leave them there for years.
Yeah, just in general.
Well,
Yeah,
Rayman, his way to take over the world would be beating people up,
He's
right?
very
Without
good at
arms?
that.
Yes, with the powers from
I know he doesn't
fairies.
have limbs, but he has
And then
hands.
Cynthia's way would be
It's still-
using
it's
her
really cool
Pokemon.
character,
You,
there
no
a
good guy's
Pokemon?
ever going to take over the world.
Whereas Cynthia's
How
already
evil do you have to be to become one of the richest people on Earth?
Well, no, see, that's we're not
Cyn-
talking about the richest person on earth. We're talking about the person that just took over the
Well,
world.
Cynthia's
but
already
no
took over
good
the region.
person would ever take over the world.
Well, exactly. That's the wonderful part about politics. The people you actually want running things are the ones that don't want to do it.
Yeah, but they never get it.
Well, they do, and then they get killed or beaten up or something like that.
Cynthia,
So I get it briefly.
Cynthia's already
Yeah.
dominant over her own like
I
country.
think it's important
area.
also to note that there are Pokemon that are like incarnations of time and space and who are like God.
And
And
also
Cynthia
there
can
are
capture them.
Pokemon that are hotter than the sun.
All right, I'm set.
All right, let's see them. All right, that's 3 votes for Cynthia. Time to face the tick. Packing luggage.
Oh, the tick wins every time.
The tick
Does
does.
he?
Every
Wow.
single time. No, that
No,
dude
he put the
is
luggage
an
in a
idiot. He
Pokeball.
misses all the things, but he is good at packing.
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah, no, he's amazing at packing.
Where?
Like this
No.
dude, I can
Put
imagine
the
him having
luggage
all
in a
of his stuff
Pokeball.
He's
and
not very-
Arthur's all
He's
planned
not
out.
very organized.
But it'd be the one thing he's really good at. Like
No,
besides
is
cooking.
that like a thing in the show?
I really wish. It would
Okay.
be amazing.
I like
if
that.
it was
Okay.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
like I was wondering, like, is that like a detail from the show?
You know,
Like,
that,
I could
you know
see-
that, you know that cartoon trope of packing so much stuff in the luggage that it piles up and then just cramming it down?
Mhm.
Tick
And
would
he
be
could do
so
that.
good at that.
And he's really strong to close.
I feel
He
like
could get a shot.
He would.
The tick, does he even know where all of his possessions are at any given moment?
It's like you don't need to do that. He can just shove it all in. He can
This
just-
is the thing, though.
He's
He
really
doesn't
strong.
have to. He is the tick. You never see him eat. You never see him do other things that come after eating. He's practically invincible. He would just pack for
I'm sold.
packing's sake.
I'm sold.
Is it more important to pack more or to pack better?
Entertaining. Entertaining.
Yeah, what's the
More.
contest? The most you can pack in a suitcase?
I mean,
Because Tick would not pack it prettily.
No.
I agree with that. Like,
It does-
he would not. He would forget his toothbrush.
it doesn't have to be pretty.
Does that be functional?
It doesn't
Bring
have
all
to
the
be pretty, but it does
All
have
the
to be
toothbrushes.
functional, and you
Yeah.
need to remember the essentials.
Okay, so you have to pack the right stuff and have it be functional for the trip.
I changed my
That
answer.
changes things.
That changes things. What's
But it doesn't have to be pretty.
He can pack a lot, but he's not packing the
Oh.
right.
he's not packing the right
But he
stuff.
would know that that's what he would need to pack. So he would pack 5 toothpastes, 4 toothbrushes.
He packed the toothpaste and squish it all over the rest of his stuff.
But it would still be in there.
Yeah, it would be in
Essentials
there.
would
Yeah,
be in
and
there.
then he wouldn't have what he needed.
I mean, strictly speaking,
has
you know, you could feasibly use toothpaste off of a T-shirt.
Plus, I think he packs light.
Yeah.
He packs light.
All right, let's see him. All right, 2 votes for the tick. The tick versus Vizzini.
Brain versus brawn.
It's a try not to laugh challenge.
Oh,
Vizzini laughs all the time.
yeah, and so does the tick.
The tick laughs. The tick would be the easiest to make laugh.
The tick's laugh, mind you, is a ha 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 ha. I'm the winning guy. Not,
Yeah.
Not laughing at actually anything. If there's actually a joke, he never gets it. He's like,
He's too dumb.
oh, okay, I don't know what that's all about.
But Vizzini, he laughs all the time.
yeah,
But in
it's
a-
strictly
but in a
But
like-
if
try
he,
not
if
to-
he had to not laugh.
In a try not to laugh challenge, usually what happens is you're shown a bunch of like funny videos.
okay.
So like slapstick humor, the tick would probably crack up.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the
He's
tick
too
was-
dumb.
The tick was
Yeah.
So like he'd probably
He'd forget that he's in a contest.
the tick would probably miss the actual jokes
And still
where
laugh.
Vizzini would get them. But like any slapstick that happens, Vizzini would probably just roll his eyes, but the tick
Tick
would
would
crack
be
up.
like, wait, I wasn't supposed to laugh?
The tick would probably laugh before they even started.
All right, 3 votes for Vizzini.
I really wanted the tick to win, but I was okay with it.
All right, Vizzini versus Skeletor.
Yeah.
Has Vicini made a deep run?
No, this is the farthest he's ever gotten.
Vizzini?
Yeah,
no.
really?
Well, because, yeah, he could get taken out by a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Rat catching.
Skeletor.
Why?
Because Vizzini would never get his
Do the
hands
rats
on
have
it.
to be alive?
He's not
Never.
fast.
Also, he's not fast or dexterous.
He is allowed to build a trap.
He hires.
Ooh.
He would still never do that. Vizzini
You have to-
only hires other people to do actual physical
That's
things.
it. Does the
You
rat
have
stay
to-
only
alive?
talks. I mean,
You have to catch the rats, and they must be unharmed.
unless he
Unharmed.
could,
Like
unless
a
he
trap,
could,
they're harmed.
unless he could talk the
Not
rats
necessarily.
into the
Okay,
trap.
they
Depends
can't
on
be
the-
Do they have
dead.
to be alive?
That would be the way to win.
Skeletor he's got magic.
I'm pretty sure Skeletor would actually just destroy the rats. I don't know enough about it.
No, Skeletor can also dominate minds. I think he would just control the rats.
Yeah, I think that's just a clear advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a
Clear
legit option.
advantage.
What is the scope of his domineering power over creatures?
I mean, he like gives them power and makes them into his minions.
I believe Vizzini would be the winner here simply because even if he had to hire, or if he was incapable of making a trap, he would still be able to out-logic the rats in a long enough game, as long as there's no time limit, in which he can then convince them to just give up and step into the traps themselves just to get them to stop from talking.
There is a time limit. It's like, say, 6 hours.
I'm pretty sure he still could do that. Whereas Skeletor would just, like, the rats would make it, they'd be mentally traumatized, and that would qualify for, as far as I'm concerned, for being damaged.
So you're saying Vizzini would win by disqualification?
Yes.
All right, let's see him. All right, that's Vizzini.
Ooh, he made it to the semifinals.
He made it to the final. This is it.
Oh,
This is it.
nice.
Vizzini versus Pinkie Pie. First to take 2 contests
Okay.
becomes our new champion.
It's the Zinky Pie.
All right.
We're not talking about their children at this point. We met on
The first contest is Wii Sports.
That's
What is that?
that's
The
video
it's
game.
a child's video game.
It's a video game on the Wii. It's a sports-based game.
You like- you like
You use
to
motion
do
controls,
tennis.
and the motion controls are not very accurate at all.
I'm pretty sure if Vizzini had to actually physically do something, he would not act, he would,
Yeah.
he has to have someone do it.
He's not a physical person.
And Pinkie Pie is probably the best Wii Sports player amongst all
Yeah,
her friends.
she's gotta be, she doesn't have to be that
She's
good.
like
Yeah.
practiced it 1,000 times.
And emotions are very
But
exaggerated.
you don't
He breaks
have
all the systems.
hands.
Wait,
Doesn't
okay.
have hands.
Would they have to be able to play Wii Sports, or are we talking about win at the
Well,
game?
Pinkie Pie can play
They
Wii Sports.
can play Wii Sports. Yeah, she can pick up the remote in her mouth.
Okay.
Or
Oh, so she's only doing it with her mouth, though.
or
No, she can hold. They can hold things in their hands.
I mean, yeah,
They do.
They have hooves. They don't
They,
have hands.
they play video
have,
games.
They have
and
hooves,
do
but
all
I don't
kinds of
think
stuff.
I've ever actually seen them on the show pick something up with their hooves. However, they do still do a lot of things that you would think would require hands without hands, like writing, for instance. Pinkie Pie can write. Yeah, she uses her mouth. She can also say tape the remote to her forelimb, and then kind of
I can't remember
do all that.
how many of those games required you to actually push buttons on them.
A couple of them. Yeah.
You have to push like an A or a B button. usually.
Okay.
We
So-
can assume that there's some reasonable accommodation.
I don't-
What I'm
think-
saying is that the ponies, the fact that they have hooves instead of hands, never once comes up as any kind of a hindrance in the show.
He's got to be freaking horrible at this.
He'd be like a grandpa trying to play like, yeah, yeah.
He would win out of sheer annoyance.
He would get so frustrated with it.
Looks like we're ready.
Yep.
Let's see them. All right, we've got 2 votes for Pinkie Pie and 1 vote for Vizzini. So Pinkie Pie takes our first contest. Next up, we have Tag. It's Vizzini versus Pinkie Pie versus Skeletor versus Optimus Prime. Yes, you heard that right. A previously eliminated contestant can win this and steal one of the final contests.
One of them wins.
Okay.
Any one of the 4 of them.
So I can't remember, how do you win at tag? Because all I know is you
You
just
just
keep
gotta
going.
touch him.
So how this works is you have, everybody has a timer, say 10 minutes.
Okay.
If you're your timer is running down.
Okay.
Tag someone to pass that status.
Oh, okay.
If your timer hits 0,
You're out.
and the it status goes back to the person who tagged you.
And
That makes sense.
does the time restart
No.
for a person, or is it 10 minutes total for the one time?
10 minutes total.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that a limited arena?
Well, Vizzini is
Yes.
out.
Vizzini's
Vizzini
out.
Okay, so
Yeah, Vizzini's out.
Oh.
Because he
Yes,
doesn't have
there's a
Yes,
limited
Skeletor-
area.
Skeletor would not do well. It's really
Yeah,
Pinkie
I think
Pie
that's
versus
right.
Optimus Prime.
Vizzini,
But they're on the same
Skeletor,
team.
And then
No,
Nope.
confuse
it's all
and
one.
don't-
It's a free-for-all.
It's a free.
Optimus Prime, how good would he be at this?
Probably pretty awesome.
Fast.
Yeah.
He's
He
fast.
can turn
He
a
can,
vehicle.
Giant.
he can transform. He's also
But
huge.
Pinkie Pie also has
Reality
shown,
bending.
like she's popped up out of like weird areas.
Yeah.
So I think she could ambush Optimus Prime.
She's
and
a
she's
master
really
at hide and
fast.
seek.
She
If not
does.
tag.
She does have the Bugs Bunny teleport style
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
I think
Plus, it's a
question.
children's
Are they
game.
confined
You keep
space?
giving Pinkie Pie children's games.
They are in a limited space.
Like an arena.
it is a
Um,
kid's game, so I think
If it's a
Pinkie
limited-
Pie definitely-
Yeah, we'll say it's we'll say it's like a wooded arena.
Okay.
So there's like trees and stuff. So like stuff
Optimus
that you
Prime
could
can't
hide
go into
behind
outer space.
potentially.
Yeah, you can escape that way.
Yeah.
Skeletor can't teleport away.
This was
Really,
set,
Pinkie
this
Pie
was,
versus Optimus Prime.
this was
man.
set up for Pinkie Pie to win
Yeah.
based on how many children's games she got. Like what, she's done tag, Wii Sports. What are the
I'm
other
still
ones?
not convinced Skeletor couldn't. be
Yeah,
a good
Skeletor goes
competitor
toe
in
to toe
this.
with He-Man regularly.
Like he's dexterous. He would
tough
lose
competitor.
because he's trying to win.
Well, no. Like, okay.
What could he do?
Optimus Prime is so large that like one step of his is like 100 of
Also, he
Skeletor's.
transforms into a truck and drives away.
Yeah, like
But
he's
he would,
fast.
but see, he would have to be transforming to go faster, right? Because his walking pace is not as fast.
But
as
he's still
his
so
running pace.
big, it's pretty fast.
He's
He's
got
a
that reach
robot that
advantage.
steps like 100
But
feet
both,
per
can also
both
run.
Skeletor and Pinkie Pie have the ability to magically go faster themselves, right?
There-
So it's not an issue. of
Optimus
speed.
Prime.
Pinkie Pie.
Optimus
Well,
Prime
there's
would
no
have to
ability to
steer
go
clear of
faster.
obstacles.
No.
No,
Yeah.
he's kind of he's a
They're-
lich.
they're-
He's kind of slow.
Yeah.
It's not a completely open arena. He would have to dodge obstacles like
So
trees.
if it's a
He
forced
would knock him
arena,
down.
if it's a forced arena, Skeletor would have to rely on stealth and cunning to win that, which would be
Would not-
legit.
I don't even
but
think he's
wouldn't
as cunning
well.
as Pinkie Pie. It's
It's really Optimus Prime versus Pinkie Pie.
Optimus Prime, fast jet boosters versus Pinkie Pie's ability to just like teleport and be super sneaky
She also does have that party cannon, and she can get in it.
and fire herself, which she does multiple times.
But as fast as they are, wouldn't it come down to them just going beep, 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 and that'd be like the whole last
I mean,
here's the thing:
we
Pinkie
can-
Pie can hide easier than Optimus Prime.
True.
Optimus Prime is way too big; you see him no matter where
But-
he is.
Yeah, but
it's
he has
a-
like infrared vision and stuff.
But it's a
He-
forest.
You
see?
can't
He
hide
can just
from
blow it
Optimus
all
Prime.
away and then.
Yeah,
go.
you can't hide from Optimus
Yeah, you
Prime,
can't.
man.
Like he just have he tear the whole arena apart.
But-
if he killed somebody, then
Yeah,
he's
but
qualified.
if Vizzini's in the forest when he does that, he gets disqualified.
Oh, because he killed the guy.
Yeah.
Vizzini's
Prime is
just
a
getting.
good guy.
You're just trying not to trample him as you run back and forth. He's never tagging anybody. Here's what happens: as soon as he gets tagged, he doesn't tag anyone for 10 minutes and he's out.
Pretty much. Pretty much. He's too slow.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
He'll be cocky after his first tag.
All right, let's see him. That's 2 votes for Optimus Prime.
Ooh.
Optimus Prime has stolen one and could
Could win.
potentially be our champion
Oh, if another-
despite
if another
his
one of those
previous
comes out.
elimination. However, it's not going to be this one. It's a mock trial. Vizzini and Skeletor versus Pinkie Pie and Optimus Prime.
Vizzini's gonna crush it, dude.
Vizzini's pretty good.
He's gonna be
That's
the
all
winner.
there.
Keep in mind,
Optimus
his
Prime's probably
client
good,
is
too.
Skeletor.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
That's Vizzini representing Skeletor
Oh, no.
versus Pinkie Pie representing Optimus
Oh,
Prime.
no.
Oh.
So,
Ah.
Vizzini crushes it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Vizzini's
Yeah.
better.
He could care
Yeah,
less
he would.
how guilty Skeletor is, and Skeletor's good enough.
Yeah.
He's smart enough that there wouldn't be a lot of evidence.
Yeah.
Pinkie Pie would put a lot of effort into it, but her arguments would fall flat.
And she's
they'd
not
be
above
non
line.
sequiturs.
Yeah.
She's above lying.
But the problem is that Optimus Prime is such an altruistic character that she wouldn't have to do very well. in
But
order to
Vizzini
prove-
would weave the conversation
Well,
around
that-
her.
well,
So-
Evidence.
So it sounds like
still altruistic. Like Optimus Prime, okay, is a killer, but it would always be it would always be like, oh yeah, no, of course we want you to kill this robot because if you kill that
Well,
one,
it's not necessarily about a murder, is it?
It's a mock trial.
It's just like a mock trial, so we can assume it's kind of like a civil lawsuit. Honestly, anything you want, really.
Vicini.
They're getting a divorce.
Vicini,
Sure, they're getting a
Vicini
divorce.
is this is his
Prime
this is
and
his
Skeletor.
event.
This is Vicini. This is where he shined.
And Pinkie Pie, she's
Yeah.
not
It really
that
is.
smart.
This is the win.
Pinkie Pie's not that smart.
She's adorable.
She's
got magic.
she's pretty smart.
She's pretty smart,
Hers will
but
be more
not with the
entertaining,
debate.
but-
Yeah, you're right. Not
Yeah.
not like that. Not smart in that way.
She's not cunning.
It does seem like Pinkie Pie and Skeletor would be the loads on their respective teams.
Right, right. Optimus
So-
Prime would do well if he was the one actually.
If
Yeah,
he was
lawyer.
if he was representing, but he's
Yeah.
not. Pinkie
Yeah.
Pie is.
Vicini can take a
All
bad
right, so
client.
Dave is ready.
Yeah.
Corey's ready. Tan's ready. Let's see him.
Hands down.
Vizzini. All right.
So it's anybody's game.
It really is. So that's 3 contests down, and we still don't have a champion. I need to pull another one. Sorry, Optimus, you're not in this one. It's crabbing.
Oh.
Like walking side to side.
No, like
catching crabs?
sailing out,
Oh.
putting
crab
out
fishing.
crab traps, and retrieving
don't
them.
see Vicini
Now-
doing
Vicini
that.
versus.
Now Vicini,
Wait,
he'd be
who
great if he
debating
had
with?
minions.
Who's
It's just Vizzini and Pinkie Pie.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, they don't
Oh.
have a crew?
Yeah, there's
They
a-
don't have. Nope.
They have to by
If
themselves.
Vicini had
Yep.
had a crew, he would captain that ship like a mastermind.
Yeah.
But by himself, he's not even gonna freaking reach his back
Time-
over the side.
Rob, is there a time limit?
They have 6 months.
I think Vizzini would win that because Pinkie Pie wouldn't go kill things.
She wouldn't have to kill them.
You
guys.
just catch him.
Yeah.
No, you drop a crab pot.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, no,
It's not hard
It's
work,
still
yeah.
senseless. Like Vizzini would have no problem with that chore, except that he would have to do it.
Yeah.
And so it would take him probably 6 months to get to the point
Pinkie
where he
Pie
could.
has unlimited energy when she
Yeah.
spend every single waking moment of her life because she never sleeps catching freaking crabs and making a giant crab zoo.
Yeah.
You throw a crab
Vicini
party
would be
after
lazy.
the-
Vicini wouldn't do
If
it.
over 6 months makes Vicini less likely to win because
throw a
there's no
party
way
with
he's
them
gonna
all
keep
and
the
they
workout
all have
every
names.
day.
Vicini's too lazy.
He's so lazy.
Vicini's too lazy, man.
That's 3 votes for Pinkie Pie,
Well done.
our new champion.
Good luck dethroning.
Indeed. Well, that's kind of what we thought about our not Rayman, but our previous champion, Black Widow. She had won 2 tournaments in a row. So, Pinkie Pie called more ducks than Yogi Bear. She guessed who better than Jon Snow. She ate more gelatin than King Julian and performed musical theater better than Optimus Prime. She played sports on the Wii better than Vizzini and also caught more crabs, which makes Pinkie Pie our champion, but it's still anyone's game.
Anyone's Game was a production of Raspberry Grenade Games, copyright 2023, all rights reserved.